Somehow my king is my position of my king is open, and this rook can give check, and then there are also some ideas with queen, so I think that I need to be somehow fast here. First move that comes to my mind is rook takes h5, because it's a check, and then black's king is kind of also open and in pretty problematic position maybe, but I'm not sure. Rook takes h5, g takes h5, and what I can do, I can give check here, queen e4 check, and then after some move like king g7, there is move bishop c3 check, bishop c3 check, and white's king needs to go to f7. Then after f7 there is queen e6 checkmate. So I think this is the idea. Okay, here I will just take. Okay, I started today pretty well. So if I just take a pawn, then there are some threats with rook h8. My king is here pretty much on the open position, so it's not so easy, but square e6 is pretty weak. So because of that, f takes g5 looks scary for me. I would rather exploit this square, and I will take it with bishop. If I go with bishop takes e6, there are two moves for black. One is king g6, and it's a bit of strange move because I can go just f5. I'm not sure is that okay, but I also can go here f5. This can be interesting immediately, but okay, black can take, but I can take with queen. Also, I think the move is rook takes e6, but after bishop takes a6, there is a move like king f8, but then it's impossible to come here with a rook. So if I just give check here, king f8, taking here, I think I'm pretty safe. So if black just takes on h2, I will just ignore it, because then there are not such a move like rook h8. So first taking, then taking here, I suppose. Okay, this is the solution. Okay, black is materially up, definitely. And so because of that, I need to, I think, give some mate. Also, just taking on e1. What's that? I'm not sure. Black will just take h take g5, and black is fine, I think. Here is interesting to spot that black cannot go here because of the knight and cannot go here because of the bishop. So because of that move, knight f4 is interesting, because I'm threatening knight takes g6 checkmate. Why knight f4? Because if I go just knight e7, black will take my knight with queen, but then also I have some knight f7, but black can take also with queen. So just once more, if I just go knight e7, black will take. After check, black will take again, and black is fine because black is materially up and will take all my pieces for a queen. So because of all of that, I think that knight f4 is a move, and then is necessary to calculate rook f6, but after rook f6 I will just take rook with a pawn. So I think this is the move. Okay. Here white is threatening to take my knight. If I just take, if I just take a pawn here, white can take a queen, and then if I recapture the queen, I am threatening mate on d1, and also queen is hanging. I like that. Maybe it's not a solution, but I will play it. So this is the idea. I'm threatening mate there, and now I will just take it. So what to do here? What is the idea if I just go king h6? If I go just king h6, then I am threatening mate here, but then also the idea is that black can go here, I think, maybe, and just push a pawn. So if I go here, king h6, rook b8, maybe f7 is a move. Okay, but if I play f7, then I can not go with rook here. So king h6, rook b8, rook h7, king g8, f7. Then I have check, and I will take a rook. Yeah, I think so. If I go here, is there any other move here? Are there some tricks here? So if king h6, king g8, this is just checkmate. So king h6, it's necessary to go here. Then I will give check here. King g8, I think f7. King f8, rook h8 check, and I will pick a rook. So let's see. Okay, rook g5. First mistake, I didn't calculate rook h5. So I just calculate rook b8, and this is pure luck that this move is also fine. Now I can maybe just take a rook, but if I take a rook, then there is very intelligent move. Knight takes e6, fork, and taking a rook. And then I'm completely lost. So definitely I cannot take rook here because of this move. What is the idea here? Just go again, I think rook h7, and then after king g8 I can give a check and take a rook. Okay. What is this? I really don't have any idea here. So in this position I have two bishops. That is definitely good, but my knight here is undeveloped. My rook on f8 is passive, and I'm not sure even how good is my rook on h8. So bishop on c6 is tremendous, very well placed, hitting g2 square, and this bishop on g7 I think is also fine, because somehow I can put him on some active square here. Also, at least this knight protect me from move rook e7. So it's maybe not so bad here, I'm not sure. Problem is because white have here a lot of moves. So if I play just rook d4, I need to calculate king h1 and bishop e3. And also it's not possible after bishop d4, bishop e3 to play something like rook e1, because white can just take a bishop, because knight defending the rook on e2. Rooks are on white squares, so I'm not sure is there some tactic to provoke d4 and play b5. In some moment it's impossible currently because of knight on c3, but I can maybe take knight on c3. There are some idea. If I play just f6, there is at least, I need to calculate move knight takes g6. Very strange. But okay, and now I spot just one thing. I spoke about bishop d4, bishop e3. It's of course impossible to do this, because if I just take a bishop, rook takes e3, I will take rook takes h4. I will take this knight for nothing. And also, if that is true, then this check maybe is not so bad, but the only move here is king h1. So yeah, this is interesting. Bishop, there is also move bishop e5, hitting this pawn, bishop d4, king h1. So okay, after bishop d4, the only move I think is king h1. So bishop d4, king h1. Okay, I know at least that. What is so bad with king h1? So okay, it's on the line of this rook, but I definitely shouldn't take this knight. Bishop d4 is a move. Bishop somewhere, I don't think so, at least in the first move. Bishop d4. I think this problem is easy, but somehow I don't have any idea. So I can now, the move that comes to my mind is rook h5, and I even think it's not so bad. So I play rook h5, attacking this bishop. Where the bishop will go. So I didn't see anything better, so I will play this. And after this, I will just take this and take it with bishop. Okay, I'm on the great run. I'm not even sure how many problems did I solve. Are there some tricks? Rook takes d5 with I don't know what. There is maybe some move g6 to open up black's king, but also move that looks pretty strong is just to go rook from e to d1, attacking 2 times this bishop. And the only way for black to defend, I think, is rook f5. But Then I maybe have bishop j4. The only move is rook e5. And there is also then some e3 annoying move that I'm not so happy to play. So maybe problem is if I just want to say, okay, I will not leave this square for black, so I will play bishop g4. Then it's impossible to play rook f5. Black can just go rook f7, bishop f7 and trade on the d line or something. So I think this is definitely the first move. Rook from e to d1, attacking this bishop twice. But then after rook f5 I need to find something more clever, and maybe the clever move is just to okay, a rook from e to d1, rook f5, bishop g4, rook e5, and if I take this one, take, bishop e6, taking rook. Yeah, so this is the idea. Okay, e3. Again, I didn't spot this move, and that is definitely not great, but so after rook takes d5, rook takes d5, rook takes d5, rook takes d5, bishop e6 check, king somewhere, bishop takes d5, e2 just winning. That's the main problem here. And if I just take once, so rook takes d5, rook takes d5, bishop e6, and taking with bishop, so the move is definitely again e2, somewhere taking the bishop. It's not a solution. So this e3, maybe I need I need to take a rook, I think. And after this move, I should take, and this is the solution. Bishop e5. I can go rook f2, queen takes f2, king, rook f2, king takes f2, rook f2, queen takes what I am speaking. Rook f2, queen takes f2, e takes, g takes f2, king takes f2, and the white is better. So this is not a solution, but what is a solution? So maybe bishop takes on g2, then king e1 is a bit of annoying move. Here, if I play rook d1, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, king e2, okay, I don't want to let white to go to e2, then maybe the first move is bishop a6. And after bishop a6, check. If white goes to e1, then rook e2 is very strong move, because after king f1 I can just take a bishop with a check and then to take a queen. So if I go here, the only move for white which looks it looks good is maybe king g1, but after that rook d1, rook take. Yeah, I think this is the solution. So here maybe just take with a bishop. This is maybe very nice. So here, yeah. Rook on d1. What to do here? Black is materially up, and I cannot checkmate black only with a queen. And if I just go here, king f6, then there are maybe some nasty checks on d6 or something like that. So king f6. So what is the idea? If I go just king f6, I will checkmate black if black plays some stupid moves. So if I go king f6, for instance, black if just push a pawn here, I will play queen f7 check, king h8, king g7 checkmate. So after king f6 is very important somehow to give check or to cover this square for a queen. So if I play king f6, there are two candidate moves for black. One is rook d6 check, and the other one is queen b7, because king f6, queen b7, then is impossible to go queen f7, because black will just take queen and promote this pawn. So after somehow I don't think that this is a first move, and also one drawback is that if I go just queen f7 check, the only move is king h8. Maybe I can go, okay, queen f7 check, king h8, queen f8 check, king h8, queen h6 check, king g8, queen takes g6. This is with a check, and if king goes back, I will take another pawn with check and pick a rook, and I'm winning. So I like this. But there is also one more variation to calculate. Queen f7 check, king h8, queen f8, king h7, queen h8 check, king g8, queen takes g6, and then if black goes to h8, I will take this and take a rook. This is easy. Queen f7, king h8, this is probably the only what's winning, so no. Okay, I tried just to see solution here. Okay, it's much more easier. What did I spot? And So queen f7 is not winning move. I thought about this. So here, king h8, here, 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 here. So the problem is this move. I calculate only this one, and after taking somewhere, I just take a rook and I'm winning. But there is a problem. Because there is this move, and now it's just draw. So okay, I will stop here.